Hi, this is a video about your review. So you will need a clean sheet of paper to write down the problems and work them. You have to show work to get the credit. And again, this is a very hopefully short review. So let me screen share. Okay, you'll recognize a lot of this from yesterday, if you were there yesterday, or from the video if you watched it at home. So here we go. Let's read this. Ratios, show any necessary work for full credit, write a ratio and simplify. And this information goes with number 1 and 2. On a recent fishing trip, Ryan caught 14 redfish, 12 tuna fish, 7 garfish, and 2 small alligators. So you need to write a ratio for the gators to the total fish. So what we're going to do is, I'll get a pen here. Gators, of course, there were 2. Draw a fraction. And then to the total fish. So I'm going to have to add up 14, 12, and 7. 14 plus 12 plus 7 is 33. Then you ask yourself, can I reduce it? Is there a number that divides into 2 and 33 equally? That is a no, so I'm going to use that as my final answer. Okay, now the next one asks for tuna fish to redfish. So let me draw a fraction bar. Tuna fish, so I'm going to go up here and I see 12. And then I see redfish, 14. So again, I ask myself, what divides into 12 and 14? They're both even, so I'm going to divide them both by 2. Both of them. And so I get 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. And I'll look at that, and is there a number that goes into 6 and 7? The answer is no. Okay, and this is a different one. It's got all the numbers and information right here. 30 kayaks to 72 paddle boards, so I'm gonna write 30 to 72. And I have to ask what divides into 30 and 72. So I'm just thinking, I might try 6. So I'm gonna use 30 divided by 6 for both. 30 divided by 6 is 5. And 72 divided by 6 is 12. Okay, you could have started with 2. You might have started with 3. You might think that 3 goes into there, but no matter if you use 2, 3, or 6, if you finish, if you keep going, you should end up in the same place. 5, 12. Okay, unit rates. Let's slide down a little bit. Okay, fill in the blank. Excuse me. A ratio compares to what quantities? I'll let you think about that for a little bit. The answer is different. I should have typed that. I'm kind of a slow writer with this mouse. Okay, it says next, unit rates. Find the unit rate for each and round appropriately if necessary. So I'm going to look at these, and this is where you use the rules largest on the top or money on the top. So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say 490 divided by 14. And if I type that out, 490 divided by 14, I get 35 evenly. So I have 35 servings per calorie. Oh, I'm sorry, calories per serving, so it's because we turn it around. Okay, let me get a different color. Next one, 840 teachers to 34 students. That's kind of backwards, huh? So looks like the students are doing the teaching here. So anyway, I think that's probably wrong. This probably should be students, and this probably should be teachers. Let me erase that. Yeah, I think there was a misprint here. So we're going to say that there were 34 teachers and there are 840 students. But no matter what, the 840 goes on top because it is the largest. And 34 students. And we divide them, 840 divided by 34. I get a 24.8 .70588. And I'll say it just goes on and on. So what should we do with this number? I'm going to say that since we're talking about people, we probably should round it to the nearest whole place. So I'm going to ask you to round appropriately for what we're talking about, and I'm going to call it 25. 25 students per teacher, because we know that's not true. Okay, I'm going to leave that as it is because we are definitely running out of room. Okay, money goes on top. So I'm going to say 145.73. Let me get a different color. $145.73 divided by 15 hours. Okay, 145.73 divided by 15 is 9.72 if you round correctly. 9.72. I had to round because it was 715, and the 5 makes the 1 round up to a 2. So I'm going to put a dollar sign there, and that is $9.72 per hour. Thank goodness I can abbreviate that one because I'm running out of room. Okay, slide on down. True or false? When finding unit rates, the denominator is always 1. For example, $15 per what? 1 box. So that is true. Okay, always put money as the denominator, then divide. False. You never put the money in the bottom, you put it in the top and divide. False. Okay, so next is going to be a calculator activity. Determine if each table is proportional or not. If it is, then find the constant of proportionality. So we're going to say largest number, 136 divided by 8, 17. So I'm going to record these numbers. 221 divided by 13, 17. Okay, 306 divided by 17, 18. And 357 divided by 21, 17. Okay, so pretty close, but it's not. The 18 means that it is not proportional. Okay, over here, we know money goes on the bottom, in first, in the calculator first, 95.70 divided by 11, $8.70. That's the rate. So I'm going to divide here, 157.60 divided by 18 is 8.75 repeating. The 5 repeats, so the next 5 makes this run up to a 6. Okay, so I already kind of know my answer. 252.3 divided by 29, 8.70. And 304.5 divided by 35, 8.70. Okay, so because of this number, we know this one's also not proportional. Okay, so let's go on. Almost done. Determine if these ratios are proportions. Okay, so we haven't seen these in a while. We saw them the first day and maybe the second day, but that's it. So I wanted to make sure you understood these. What I'm going to do is use the cross products to see if their cross products match. So my first cross product is 5 times 24. And I'm going to put a question mark up here because I don't know. And then I'm going to do 6 times 20. And then I'm going to multiply those. 5 times 24 is 120. And 6 times 20 is 120. since those are even, I'm going to call it a proportion. So there is my work, there's my proof, and there's my answer. Okay, these we're going to multiply the cross products to 3.14. I'm going to put it down here. Excuse me, 3.4 times 5.7 equals 12.06 times 2.17. Take a, oops, that's kind of hard to see, but 2.17, I hope you're listening. 3.4 times 5.7 is 19.38. Oh, by the way, I don't know if they're equal. Okay, 12.06 times 2.17 is 26.17. I know those are not equal, so I'm going to say not proportional. There's my work, and there's my answer. Okay, this one I think I can do in my head. 10 times 12, I'm just going to add on a 0. 10 times 12, that's going to be 120. If you don't know this, just type it out. We don't know. And the other cross product is 6 times 20. And I know 6 times 2 is 12. Huh. Okay, look, the answers to number 12 actually match the ones to number 14. So 120. And those are equal, so I'm going to say those are proportional. Not too bad. Okay. Going on down, last 3 problems. Okay, this is solve proportions. So I'm going to use the cross products again and solve for x. So cross product I see here is 7 times x. And in my mind, I know 5 times 6 is 30. So I'm going to divide by 7 because that is the opposite of multiplication. X equals, okay, type out 30 divided by 7. And I get, ooh, a long decimal, 4.285. So 4.28, the 8 is going to make the 2 round up to a 3. So 4.3. Okay, this one, cross products. 2 times m, I'm going to always say the variable first. 2m equals, okay, 7 times 5, I know in my mind is 35. So I'm going to divide by 2. And m equals, okay, 35 divided by 2. I don't exactly know that in my mind. 17.5. Okay, and last one. Okay, do you see this cross product is going to be 6 times 5n. So let's get a different color. 6 times 5n equals, okay, the other direction. I know 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, over here, I know 6, I know 5, I don't know n, but I can multiply 6 times 5 and get 30. And that equals 10. Okay, now 10, I can divide by 10, but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to divide by what's on the variable. So this is going to be 30. We have to divide by what's on the variable. Okay, if you divide that out, you will get n equals a decimal with a bunch of 3's. So I'm going to round that, and I'm going to say, well, I actually make a 0.3. And because a 3 does not make another 3 go up to a 4. So, okay, that's it. And that's the end of your review. Make sure you put the paper into the drawer with your number on it. Make sure you put your name. Today is the 10th is the due date, so put 10 September, and that is it.